Yeah, come to your
My face.
yeah.
You said, ich habe eigentlich Street of Rice. Change. It will be only for 2 days remaining on this process. Okay.
Are you live yet? Okay.
Can I just mark it as a different recovery?
The minute exercise will place
If it was what is the shift? It's going to go back to the thing. I think it's just possible. But it is showing. But now, when you wondering about the power that you connected.
What is this?
Oh, it's for the song.
It's for the sound. So put it on the USB.
Yeah.
If you're using yeah. What's this one? This one?
Oh, okay.
Where is it? Do we have that on
So it's yours.
Because it was on the desktop, so it was supposed to go to the desktop, so
just now, you can see everyone's still trying to connect with the other side. I don't know if that's
Marshal, can you start? Nagato. Nagato.
Yes, no, but it's not.
Yeah, more mene? Nililo lizona mlicheusi.
Yeah, hiyo chako kwenye
Kuunga yena.
influence hata mara service
Mara kwa nilikaona mwana ndali organize. More mene?
Morning.
Abaye.
Check.
yeah, we need those extra skills. Where are you? Jacob, where are you? I remember I requested the other screens and they are requested. And they want to stay.
See how much it is that. live streaming, is it on?
Yeah.
Is it on? Because they saying yesterday they didn't capture the professor. What did they say, Professor Smart?
No. Yesterday, when the dean opened, he was not, but that was the time we were moving. So today we were fine. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, colleagues from the College of Education. The Acting Executive Dean, Professor Sebaten, the management of the College of Education, and also the students, the academics, the support staff from the College of Education. We are back again today with our program of the Student Support Seminar, supporting our B.Ed first year students. And we hope that this is going to be a great day. My name is Moyahabo Dainamahano, a professor in psychology of education. I'm currently the manager of teaching and learning in the College of Education. I just want to say that the College of Education is committed in supporting its students from higher certificate with NQF level 5 to doctoral students at NQF level 10. This year's focus, I just want to say that from the bottom of my heart, I want to say hashtag not in my name to neglect the students. This will be the theme for 2019 in our student support seminar. And this resonates well with the African saying that it takes the whole village to raise a child. In the context of higher education, one can say that it takes all stakeholders and support structures of a university to support and build a student. The College of Education initiated this move of supporting the students in 2017 second semester in an attempt to bridge a gap between the lecturer and the student and other support services at Unisa. This initiative was propelled by the Quality Enhancement Project, which was aimed at improving student success in higher education. This is from the Council of Higher Education Report 2014. Against this background, the College of Education's goal is to improve the quality of undergraduate teaching and learning to have quality B.Ed graduates. Therefore, 2019, the College of Education targeted first years who are doing higher certificate in education. This was presented yesterday, and today we are focusing on our first year Bachelor of Education first year student. I just want to say that with those few words, we welcome all the students who are here at Unisa main campus. We also welcome all the students at our regional offices across the country. We also welcome the students in the teacher centers, the tele-centers across the country. We say a warm good morning, Abusheni, Dimachironi, Huyamore, Molo, Sanbonani, Tobeba. And I will call upon now Professor Sebate to come as the Executive Dean of the College of Education to welcome the student. I also welcome the student at Kosi Mampuru Correctional Center who are connecting with us this morning as the student of Unisa. A warm good morning. Professor Sebate, may you ascend the stage and welcome your children. Thank you.
Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, students, wherever you may be. Professor Mafano is the manager of teaching and learning within the College of Education. And I just would love to alert you to the energy and the passion with which she drives her portfolio. And I must say, Professor Mafano has been acting and was saying to me every day, Paladia, I'm in Hollywood and I'm tired of being in Hollywood. But now this year, he is the manager of teaching and learning portfolio within the College of Education. May we give her a round of applause. Professor Mafano, our manager organizing committee, the chairs of department, particularly the new management, all the managers present, the presenters present today, colleagues within the College of Education and across the institution, our beautiful and wonderful students within our campus, Pretoria, at the different regions, the telecenters, and even at Kosimampuru. A very good morning to you all. Let me hasten to say the College of Education is a listening and caring college. And this was started particularly last year. If you remember, Professor Mohan, when we also called our staff members from admin, lecturers, senior lecturers, associate professors and engaged them. Now today, students and colleagues, is Tuesday the 13th of March 2019, and the journey we are traveling, the journey of teaching and learning student support seminars continues. And as yesterday I indicated, this journey started on the 15th of March 2018, and it is a journey that is engaging and fruitful for our students and for us as staff members, for us as colleagues within the academic environment. Now it is on this journey, dear students and colleagues, that you will learn what quality student support involves as we ensure the enhancement of students' teaching experience. Now, I once attended a graduation ceremony that was addressed by our former Chancellor and Justice Dr. Bennett Mwembe. And on that day, he said, and I quote him, "At the heart of Unisa are our students, the elderly students, students with disabilities, and students from poor backgrounds," close quote, but with a common purpose of learning. Now today I'm talking about learning, not the lifeless, sterile, useless, quickly forgotten material that is normally crammed and regurgitated without understanding, without thinking. But I'm talking about learning, which is the insatiable curiosity that drives the student to always absorb everything that he sees, he hears, and reads in order that the student can improve his or her knowledge. Now, from the presentations that will be delivered today, dear students and colleagues, you will learn how you should not allow your emotions to pull you down out, but to keep your high up there. That as students, you should boost yourselves, you should feel encouraged and be inspired, and get into the real study mode. And this is the most important thing, that students need to get into the real study mode if they have to succeed in their qualifications. That as students, you should be positive in approaching your studies. And again, you will be reminded by lecturers oftentimes that the mark that you obtain is determined by the quality of the work that you submit. It is not just determined by the number of pages, but by the quality of the work that you submit. So it is very important to get into that real study mode. And as students, we should avoid plagiarism. And I do think even in the program, someone will talk to this aspect. Avoid plagiarism as far as possible. Do not just copy, but read with understanding and read for knowledge. Because the most important thing is when you understand, you know, and you develop skills. It is skills that we need within the 21st century. Professor Mahan, thank you so much for being committed and dedicated to your plight. And thank you for inviting all the important support departments to this seminar. Library is here, the assignment section is here, examination department is here. And dear colleagues and students, these departments will share information with us as to how we request or borrow books from the library. How many books as an undergraduate or as a postgraduate student I need to borrow. And how long may I keep those books with me? What you can do if your assignments are lost. And these are the most important steps that we want the students to know. As students, we need to develop the study skills and to manage our time, plan our studies, and learn how to take notes and how to use language in our assignments. And each time, let's learn to revise our work and prepare thoroughly for the examinations. The College of Education, through these seminars, attempts to prepare a nurturing bed for our students. Yesterday, as I was talking at the Quality Assurance in Durban, I actually outlined how our College of Education is trying to ensure quality within the institution. That we do not only consider the student work from application, registration, through teaching, learning, and support up to graduateness, but we also prepare students up to doctorateness. And in ensuring quality within our teaching and learning, one or some of the important movements that we do are these seminars. And Professor Mahan, please just know from the depth of your heart, from the deep marrow of your bones, that what you are doing in the College of Education is ensuring quality and effective student learning. Now, at this point, dear colleagues and students, allow me to declare this seminar officially opened and wish you all a fruitful engagement of the different topics that have been prepared. And if ever there are some ideas to share them so with Professor Mahan. Thank you and enjoy the presentation. But let me hasten to say, Professor Mahan, I will sit for some presentations, but I also have to attend the quality assurance in Durban. Thank you so much.
What's the next one? In Improvement. I said I'm connected to it. Yeah. Yeah. They're very connected.
Thank you. Shall we applaud Professor Sebaten for the fantastic greetings? Now we are welcomed in the seminar of the B.Ed first years 2019 in the College of Education. We just want to say, Professor Sebaten, thank you for your words of saying that the student must get learning that is essential, and also they must approach their studies with a positive attitude. And I want to quote from one of the prolific authors, Mark Murphy, who says that we must be 100%ers and not work for 50%. John Mason is saying an enemy called average. There are people who strive for 50% in life, 50, and then they acquire the Madonna score of 50% in everything that they do. But for our students, as we are striving for quality, as we have alluded to that, we want to produce 100%ers. It is possible to get a 100%er. Without any waste of time, let me call from the Office of the Dean of Students, Dr. Chalufu, who is not here, but will be represented by the Deputy Director from Art Suite, that is Dr. Irene Mohasho. Shall we applaud Mme. Mohasho as she ascends the stage?
Good morning, colleagues and Unisa students. Good morning. As a former teacher, I would remind you again. Good morning, students and members of management from the college. Thank you. I remember those days when I used to stand in front of the class and greet them and they don't want to respond. And I immediately see that it means today I will not make it because students are not okay. So you first need to check whether they are okay or not. Colleagues, let me acknowledge the program director, the acting dean of the college, Mr. Sebate, members of SEDU management and staff, as well as our students who put aside their books so that they could come to this session. As student affairs, we are really humbled that again this year, the office of Professor Mahano arranged this workshop. May we see your efforts and we are grateful. Yesterday I was telling some of the colleagues that, you know what, I wish I was a first year student because then I could be prepared for this lonely and quite difficult journey at times. But through the support of May Mahano, we can see that our students are going to benefit. Colleagues, allow me to indicate that this session is acknowledging students registered in the College of Education as an important focus and the role of the college in accelerating their learning progress, meet learning standards, and advance academic excellence. In addition, this session contributes to student retention, support students to be fully prepared for the world of work and other innovations they may consider upon completing their qualifications. Reflections on the students' academic support. As student affairs, we have noted the following, that this session is going to create awareness about support services provided by the College of Education as well as other departments within the university. It also allows students to acquire academic writing skills. I must say that academic writing skill is not easy, but that's something that you can learn over time. And as students, if you are given this opportunity, you must really be grateful. Because as indicated, some of us were never exposed to this. And quite often we would feel that lecturers are not supporting us, only to realize that we were not given academic writing skills. We are also going to identify the barriers of academic excellence and strategies on addressing them. The student walk within the Odell Educational Institution. That is what we spoke about that. To say we want to see students completing qualifications and going beyond that, go to their postgraduate and even complete their doctoral degrees. And quite often, colleagues, I'm wondering, why is it that in a first year, we may have more than 1,000 students? You go to your honors, the number goes down. You go to masters, even less. You go to doctoral, very few. But I'm quite excited to indicate that in the colleges like the College of Education, you see most of our students completing their doctoral degrees. And we are grateful of the support that the college is providing. I must say that some of us are even advising some of the students who are studying to say, in as much as we are doing this particular course, please liaise with colleagues in the College of Education. Not that other people are not important or they're not doing their part, but what I've noted, and you'll agree with me, is that educators are educators and it ends there. Even the support that they provide, you could see that these are educators. So we are grateful of that support that you are providing. And we can see your role in the student work. The importance of staying focused, that was indicated earlier by the acting dean, completing set standards and graduating on time. Registering is something else, but the importance of graduating on time, and from student affairs would say, graduate alive. Taking note of all the risky behaviors while studying, make sure that you complete on time, and of course, alive. Some students are not completing on record time. Let's reflect on that and come up with strategies of addressing that. The role of student affairs and its relationship with the college. We believe as student affairs, we are meant to provide inputs to institutional policies that advance effective teaching and learning initiatives. In as much as we are not academics, but we've got that advocacy role of ensuring that the policies will speak to the support that the students require from us. We'll participate in seminars like this, which advances academic excellence and throughput rates of undergraduate and postgraduate students. We are going to establish and maintain effective working relationships with the college because we believe there's input that we can make, as well as student affairs. There are things that we can acquire from the college. You have experts. As and when we have problems, we need to come back to the college and tap on those particular resources. Instead of going out and getting so-called consultants, I believe we have experts in the university. Let's make use of those experts. Again, we'll identify barriers for effective teaching and learning. We will advocate for academic support and ensure that SEDI keep pace with the students' expectations. Remember, our focus is the students. Therefore, we need to keep pace with the expectations of the students. Consistent with Minister Naledi Pando's budget speech, as student affairs, we will provide input to the curriculum of the College of Education by ensuring that SEDI equips students with skills and knowledge that is relevant locally, continentally, and globally. This is what the Minister said during the budget vote in 2018. Relationship with our students, our key stakeholders. Will ensure that academically deserving students gain access to our institution, irrespective of their social, cultural, or economic background. And that was affirmed by the University of South Africa as part of their 2015 to 2019 framework. Encourage students to develop a greater sense of responsibility for their own identity, education, decision-making, and life's direction. We will create an inclusive institution to our students, advance academic and social development of the students. As you may be aware, in student affairs, we have a directorate called Student Development, which is focusing on health and wellness programs, which is also focusing on SRC representation within the university. That is the governance part. We'll also create an inclusive institution for our students to advance academically and socially. The well-being of students in higher education has been under the spotlight recently, and that is acknowledged by O'Brien with the article she wrote in 2019. Therefore, consistent with the recommendations of Nelson and Trich 2019, We are going to ensure holistic wellness of our students to enable them to advance academically. We will encourage education students to establish college structure in all Unisa regions. We are aware that we have a saving structure. Let's make sure that that structure will be established in all the regions so that all the students could benefit from saving or participating in that structure. And we are reminding the college that let's ensure that that particular structure is going to be recognized through the recognition of structures within student development. Normally, the applications for recognition are done during the month of March. So let's make sure that the structure is recognized. We'll ensure representation of students in college board of the Department of Education as well as other university committees. Support and contribute towards ethical conduct by students. In as much as we are providing that quality work that Prof. Sebate spoke about, let's ensure that we have not plagiarized or we have not copied from each other. In as much as we are working as a group of students, let's make sure that whatever that we are submitting is not the same, because quite often our students end up falling into the trap. Write your own work, you can work with other colleagues, but make sure that you submit the work that was done by yourself. Let's not copy, and maybe let me also remind you, we are having a challenge of so-called service providers who are taking advantage of us as students. I'm sitting here with a complaint where a student got an SMS to say we can give you answers for all the assignments and preparing you for exam. We have capable and qualified staff members in the college. Speak to them as and when you need support. Let's run away from the so-called stakeholders who are abusing the system and frustrating our own students. Some of them end up in disciplinary hearings because of some of the things that we have done. I'm not saying other consultants who are doing work and assisting us are all corrupt, but I'm just worried about those who are doing things in the name of Unisa and even using the emblem of Unisa. Let's be careful of those. The doors of the lecturers are always open. Let's go to them and avoid such things. We will provide co-curricular programs, enable students to realize their potential, graduate from the university with hope, and be ready for the world of work. In conclusion, I want to conclude with a quote by Brian White, the Vice President for Universities Engagement at Cleveland State University, open quote. It is time that we fully embrace the burden of being student-ready institutions. It turned out the problem was not as much about the students as thought. It was largely us, uninformed about what it takes to help them succeed, or unwilling to allocate the necessary resources to put it into practice. Universities must ditch the excuses and do more. Extensive academic support changes lives. It's time we go to work and change the lives of Unisa students. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you, Dr. Mohasha. That was powerful. I picked up a few ways that we need to provide the relevant curriculum, and then we strive for excellence. And from your office, you also encourage other colleagues in this institution to liaise with SEDU. I'm happy that you realize that we are the teachers and the engineers, lawyers, whoever, they must be supported by teachers. Colleagues, let's applaud ourselves, the teachers. Thank you very much. I don't see the office of the National Student Representative Council here, Mr. Wadzanani Mazetes. If he comes, then we'll give him an opportunity. And also from SEDUSA, College of Education, Student Association, Karabusha is not here. If they come, because we have a situation down there, then we'll give them a chance. But their speech of yesterday was so fruitful. You can connect the YouTube that was done yesterday. They gave a very moving address to our students. Without any waste of time, let me go to the first year experience Support SRU Unit, Dr. Vessels, to come and give a presentation on how students at Unisa are supported. Shall we applaud Dr. Vessels? She was the winner of the Teaching and Learning Awards in the year 2015. So, yeah, the portfolio is just relevant for her. Student Retention Unit, the former winner in the Teaching and Learning Awards.
Thank you, Prof. Mahano. Good morning, everybody. How are you this morning? Thank you. Irene, it worked. Your tactic worked, eh? Thank you. Teachers. It's an honor once again for us to be here this morning, and thank you very much for inviting us. And today we are talking about the first year experience. Students, we are so excited to be here with you today. We are so excited to share with you from the Student Retention Unit how we would like to provide you with support in order that we can retain you and in order that you can pass and succeed and walk across this stage. We look forward to that because for us, when we sit as teachers and we sit in the audience, or not in the audience, we sit on the stage and we watch our students walk across the stage, we watch with pride because we contributed to your success. So remember, students, we are here to assist you. We are here to help you. We are here to support you. But remember also, it doesn't matter how many programs we have in place. If you do not access these programs, like today, if you do not attend these programs, then it's not going to help you. So we need you to access and attend these programs we are providing to you. Now, our mission of the Student Retention Unit is to forge a generation of successful Unisa students. So, just looking at that, we are saying to you that we want you to be successful. We want to support you so that you will be successful. You can find us within the portfolio of the Department of Tuition Support and Facilitation of Learning, and that is where we are housed. And we have to implement the first year experience program. Now, you may not be a first year student, but you may still want to utilize our support. So I'm saying to you, you are welcome to do that. It's not only for first-time entering students. In fact, we have been piloting our MOOC that we've implemented. And in the implementation of our MOOC, the students have indicated that if they received this information a long time ago, it would have assisted them to be more successful in their studies. So please, I'd like to encourage you. You are still welcome to contact us and to utilize our services. Now, we would like to provide our first-time entering students with a positive student experience. And we would like to be able to provide you with information so that you can be successful, so that you can succeed. And the First Year Experience program is therefore accessible in so many different ways. Now, our mission is to provide you with relevant and in-time information. It is also to collaborate with various support departments. For example, Dr. Mahashwa was here earlier, and she's from Student Affairs, and we work together very closely in providing you with support. In fact, our live broadcasts last semester, we also worked with the department within where Prof. Mahashwa works. So we are constantly working together to provide timely and relevant support to our students. We also look at your unique profile of your students. So as academics, we provide, as the Student Retention Unit, we provide the academics with your unique profile and of your college, of the modules, and they then provide their student support and teaching, which zooms in and hones in on your specific profile of the students within the College of Education. So we also constantly monitor and evaluate what it is that we do. So if, for example, Prof. Mahano comes to us and says, no, this is not working for our students. We change it immediately. Because everything is digital, because everything is online, we are able to change what's not working for you. So students, we need your input on the various offerings and projects which we are offering to you, our first-time entering students. Now let's look at a little bit at what our projects are that we offer to you. We have the weekly emails. Now, in order to receive the weekly emails from us, from the Student Retention Unit, you have to first claim your MyLife account. Now, you are at the regional offices. Call one of the DLAs, the Digital Lab Assistants. Call one of them over and just raise your hand and ask them to assist you to claim your MyLife account. They will show you the process that you can follow in order to claim your MyLife account so that you can receive the weekly emails from the Student Retention Unit. Now, we provide a lot of different types of information. Again, as our mission indicated, timely and relevant. So just before you have to prepare for examination, we will provide you with a weekly email on preparation for the examination. Before you start completing your assignments, we will provide you with information on how to submit an assignment online, for example. So, in the weekly emails, we provide our students with timely and relevant information which is going to assist you to be successful in your studies. Thank you, Stephen. We also have, Prof. Mahano wanted to brag about me, but I have to brag about Stephen, the gentleman who was just here right now. He was the award winner because he provided the best service and he received an award from the principal, the vice principal himself. So let's just give Stephen a hand because of the support that he provides to his students. You know, within the Student Retention Unit, I'll get to a little later, the first year experience inbox. And when we deal with any inquiries that we receive, our contact person is, of course, ta-da! Stephen! And Stephen is excellent. He takes student support to his heart. He takes it so seriously. For him, this is not a job. For him, he's passionate about the students. So, within the College of Education, you have so many people who are passionate about what they are doing to help you, students, to succeed and to pass. Exactly as Dr. Mahashwa said, you know, if we were a first-time entering student now, we would be so happy about the support that we are currently receiving. Because this is not the type of support that all colleges receive. So students, you are very, very fortunate being part of the College of Education. So our weekly emails, back to our weekly emails. Now, as I said, talk to one of the DLAs there, you know, in your labs. There are so many of you, there are Guyana, Newcastle, Ikuruleni. There are people who can assist you in these venues where you are. Ask them to assist you and to claim your MyLife account. And then you'll receive your weekly emails, which is so crucial to your success, students. We don't give you long stories, because I always say to my team, no long stories. We don't write long stories. Rather provide the students with links so that they can then click on the link and find the information that they require. So our weekly emails again are timely and relevant, providing you with the information that you require in order to succeed. Then we also conduct live broadcasts. We conduct 7 of them per semester, where we again provide you with timely and relevant information. Now you'll see a little later you will have somebody here from assignments. So we bring those people in who work practically on a day-to-day basis, work with study material, people who work with registrations, people who work with NESFAS, people who work with your funding. We bring them in and they are part of our live broadcast. do is, in your weekly email, we will send you a link which you then join, and you will then be able to watch the live broadcast. You'll be able to see the presentation which has been prepared by our presenters. And thirdly, you'll be able to ask questions live, which is really amazing because, you know, we also need to be honest, not everybody is passionate about service as your College of Education is. So with the result, you'll send inquiries maybe to study material, or maybe you'll send to registration and you won't receive a response. But the great thing about the live broadcast is the person is right there and will respond to your question there and then. If you go to our website, which I'll introduce you to in a little while, then you'll be able to access all of the live broadcasts which we have conducted thus far. We have a very efficient person in our team, Vuyokazi. Over there, Vuyokazi, just raise your hand so everybody can see you. There we go. Very, very efficient Vuyokazi, who belongs to the Student Retention Unit. She used to work with Student Affairs before. I stole her for a little while because she's so efficient. So what we do is that we constantly update our website. So all of our live broadcasts, everything is there. All the information. And you know what, students? Even though you won't be able to watch it live, you can still watch it because the information is still relevant to you. And the information will still assist you with the completion of your studies, of your assignments, of your registration process. You know what we will be doing at our last live broadcast, which is on the 26th of June. We are going to have a live broadcast which assists you in planning for next semester. And what we are going to do then is we will have the lady who will assist you live with the registration process, with an application process as well. She will go online live. So you can sit and you can watch it and you can do your application at the same time. So we are trying to make all of these processes so much easier for you. We're trying to streamline these processes for you. And that is why our role as the Student Retention Unit is so crucial, hand in hand, working with your College of Education in order for you to succeed. Then we have the first year experience inbox. Any inquiries that you have, any questions that you have, you can send to us via our first year experience inbox. And the email address is fye@unisa.ac.za. We respond within 24 hours, so we have a 24-hour turnaround time. Each of the team members within the Student Retention Unit works on this inbox every single day, so they rotate. So every single day, your inquiries are responded to. Because, Prof. Mahano, I'm so bad with my emails, I receive so many emails from all these colleges on a daily basis. I see now some of the colleges have sent emails to the FYE inbox to say, "Dear Rochelle, you still not responded." So I'm advertising the FYE inbox and people are definitely using it, which is a good thing. So if you have any inquiries, doesn't matter what, whether you want to know about your study material, your registration, assignment marks, we can assist you. fye@unisa.ac.za. Our live broadcast dates, I just thought I'd share them with you as well, and some of the content, so that you know that these are the dates that you need to mark off on your calendar, and you need to say from 12 to 1, I am watching the live broadcast with the Student Retention Unit. We also have a MOOC. So there are so many different opportunities of support that we are providing to you. We have the First Year Experience MOOC. Now, in the First Year Experience MOOC, we have various topics which we cover. For example, library, we have the Unisa Readiness Tool, we have academic literacy, numeracy skills, study skills, career management, so how to MyUnisa. So we have all of these various topics that we cover, and we provide you with information. So say for instance you studying in the correct field. So you just go to career management. And MOOC, our address for the MOOC is mook@unisa.ac.za. You then claim your account and then you can access our MOOC. And I would like to encourage you to access our MOOC and provide us with feedback as well. Tell us, this doesn't work for me, or yes, this works very well, or maybe you should think of adding this aspect. I don't see it there. So we are constantly changing, constantly, as our mission said, monitoring and evaluating what is working, what is not working, what do our students like, what don't our students like, and we make the changes accordingly. Comments that we've received from our students about our MOOC have been as follows. We really like what you're doing. I wish we got this a long time ago because this would have assisted me with my studies. I hope that I knew a long time ago that there are no classes because then I would have been able to be more successful. I wish I knew how to access MyUnisa, how to access my e-tutor because that would have helped me a lot. So your e-tutors, how to find your e-tutors, all of that information is contained in our MOOC. And therefore, I'm encouraging you to please go online to our FYE MOOC. We also have telecenters which are available, which students can access free of charge. Again, students, we're providing you with a service free of charge. You go to the telecenters, you can use the computer for 2 hours free of charge. And you don't have to pay a cent. You can submit your assignments, do your research, whatever it is that you have to do. We have various telecenters. I've just included the list of telecenters that we have throughout the country, and I know that the presentation will be available, so you can also then obtain this information from your regional offices. In conclusion, my presentation went so quickly. Couldn't believe I'm at the last slide. Oh my word. So, please, in conclusion, we cannot do this without you, students. We're providing all of this information to you. But if you're not accessing the information in order for you to be successful, then it's no use. We are making all of this available to you. So please access our MOOC, as I said, MOOC@Unisa, mook.unisa.ac.za. Our FYE email address, fye@unisa.ac.za. And then lastly, our student retention unit website, where you can get all this information. All the weekly emails that we've sent for the semester are there. All the live broadcasts we've conducted thus far are there. Every single aspect of our service is on our website, and that is www.unisa.ac.za/FYE in capital letters, which means first year experience. So we'd really like you to access our services. Prof. Mahashwa reminded me when she did her presentation that I also love quotes. And as I was busy talking, I was thinking to myself, I'd love to share one of my favorite quotes, But now, my surname is Vessels, and in my family, we always say the Vessels love saying favorite. Everything is our favorite. But anyway, this is one of my favorite quotes. And it goes as follows. Fly high, fly far. Your goal, the sky. Your aim, the star. Look at that star, aim for that star, and work hard, and make those sacrifices that you need to make in order to succeed. Because every single one of us who are here today and speaking to you, we've all worked hard. We all want to succeed. So find that star and aim towards that star and make a success so that we can see you walking across the stage, graduating. Thank you very much.
It's so moving, and you can only find this when you associate with the winners in the teaching and learning portfolio. Thank you, Dr. Vessels. Shall we applaud her again? You know, I wouldn't fail a module if I was in a class. I would pass everything. Thank you, Dr. Vessels. I saw the chairperson of Sedusa entering, that is Mr. Karaboshani. We always want young people to talk to young people. I'm going to ask Karaboshani to come to the podium and welcome the student, encourage them to be part of Sedusa, because in every event in the College of Education, our students are near us and they help us a lot. Yesterday I said the students are a barometer. They always caution us, or they give us the feeling of whether we are doing things right or not. Come and address your colleagues. Thank you. Let's applaud Karen.
Good morning. My name is Shai Karam. I am the chairperson of Sedusa. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, the president of National SRC, President Wazanai, academics in the third space, the office of the executive dean led by Prof. Sebate and all Sandri. Receive our revolutionary greetings from the college in the largest college in the University of the Land. We are again gathered here today as a second leg of our student seminar hosted by the College of Education, led by the acting executive dean Prof. Sebate, with the event driven by Professor Mahana. We are truly a blessed generation to have accessed the college at this time, where teaching and learning is central and mostly reaching the majority. This event is very significant in its nature and must be commended that we are a digital college in the university, having to connect our students through all means by the way of YouTube, Teacher Center, and Unisa video conferencing services. Indeed, there is a leadership, and you are saying leadership dumela. Program director, the teaching we got from our former leader, Spotuma, was that the college is a strategic hub of hegemony, and we are experiencing that greatly. As we gather here, we salute the efforts by the college to meet our students halfway, and mostly the first years, as we always encourage them to know that the doors of Seju are wide open, and with Sejusa, you are at home. Sitting here, they are our parents, not lectures only, and the relationship between us is not limited to marking assignments and us submitting, but to loving home. Prof. Mahan, we appreciate the transformation agenda that you are pushing, and we also encourage you not to give up as we are aiming at the 2030 development goal. And we know that very soon we will be able to write exams with all 11 official languages. Fellow students, academics in the third space, and academics, kindly let's join hands as we strive to grow the college to greater heights. This is not a normal college, but a strategic hub of hegemony. Hence, you see how we do things on the groundbreaking. In conclusion, we would have thought that Unisa will connect a rural university student in Josin and Atamela. Indeed, we are in a revolutionary college that practices the fourth industrial revolution, and we are very proud of that. Technology is in the hands of the educators and transformational. Thank you.
They are requesting that you should give the students your details, emails, how to join Sedusa. Can you quickly do that? Let's applaud him as he comes to the revolutionary transformation.
Okay, colleagues, my contact number is 071 1000 820. My email address is karaboshai@ac.za. We have the several groups, more than 13 groups, where we assist the student, and we also have the office in Building 10. It's written Sejusa National Office. Thank you again.
Thank you, Karabo. Time and again, they visit us when they feel that things are not going the students' way. And we are here, colleagues, to serve the students. We are here receiving our salaries because students are in this institution. Therefore, whenever we serve, we must think of them as the holistic beings and developing them in a holistic way. We just want to thank you, Karabo, and ever since we started this relationship with them in 2017, we are able to see gaps, and we want to touch what Rochelle has touched, that we retain the students, we discourage dropout, we want them to start and to finish the programs. Hence, we are doing all these things in order to meet them halfway. Let me quote him: meet the students halfway, avoid the hegemony, because the hegemony of me being the professor and then them being the students will never achieve anything. With those few words, I want to call the professor who is in the science and technology as the chair of the department and newly chair of the department, appointed on the 1st of March 2019. It's none other than Professor Lindelani Mguni. Professor Lindelani Mguni is a researcher, he is a teacher, he is a community builder. In academia, if you can miss one leg, you will never be a successful and a well-rounded academic. We are here in this institution. The basic function and the core function is to become teachers. So that is the core function. And Lindelani has been a good teacher. He's a good researcher. He's also a community builder, or in the scholarship of service. So Professor Lindelani Mguni has just received an award, Excellence Award in Research last week, Friday, of being the best researcher in the institution. Now you'll see the MyUnisa that indeed is a teacher, researcher, and a community builder. Over to you, Prof.
Thanks, Prof. Mahani. See, now I'm shaking. You are not supposed to make a Zulu man blush. It's not allowed. When Karabo was talking, I was thinking that I'll come here and say I'll talk about a revolutionary MyUnisa. Because Karabo is revolutionary. Before I start, Prof. Mahani, thank you. The students, Kwamapumu on the screen, are banking the session. Only one is there. And where they are not listening, Mzinyati, they are absent. Please report them to the principal. They need to be sorted. Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, students. Goeiemorgen, good morning, Sanwanani, Dumelang. Which one did I miss? Moloeni, Abshay, and the other one, which I forgot. I'll talk about MyUnisa. I'll be brief, but I'll hope that everybody pays attention, particularly first-year students. So, Ndwedwe, if you don't mind just putting your books down a little bit and just focus, because this is really, really important. Now, let's understand UNISA in relation to the high school, in relation to other universities. At UNISA, it's an ODEL institution, Open Distance E-Learning. This means there are no lecture sessions. There is no class that you have to attend in order to meet your lecturer. It does not happen. It may happen under special circumstances, but generally it will not happen. Now, because of that, you are at Newcastle and your lecturer is in Pretoria or anywhere in the world, and that's how it works. How then do you keep in touch with your lecturer? And that's where MyUnisa comes in. As you see on the screen, it says on the second bullet, you are responsible for your own planning, for your own learning, for your own studies, and so on. Now, in high school, when you were doing matric, or in any other university, there is a timetable. It says at this time, you should go to this class, at this time, you should be with this teacher, and so on. Because at Unisa, we don't have lectures, it is your responsibility to ensure that you have a study plan. I'm not calling it a timetable, it's a study plan, it's your own. Some people study well at night, some people study well during the day, whichever works for you, but you have to have a plan, because you can't just study and hope to get the degree on time with high marks if you don't have a plan. I always say to my students, the minimum that I want them to get per module is 75%. So even if you're doing any other module at Unisa, don't say, I want to pass 50% failure and then I'm okay. No, you must strive for the highest possible marks. Remember the presenter earlier spoke about the stars, so you have to aim as high as possible. But if you don't have a study plan, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And by the way, studying at Unisa, it doesn't mean you are studying part-time nyana, you're just going to fit in Unisa somewhere in the gap. No, it's important. You pay as much attention as possible, spend as much time with your books as you can. Now, it says on here, you don't attend lectures, and then all our interaction with the lecturers is generally digital. So you do get a pack of study materials via post, via mail, and so on. Sometimes there's going to be a delay here and there. I'll tell you what to do if that happens. But otherwise, we always rely on digital materials for study. This means you must always make sure that you are on a digital platform one way or the other. It could be your cell phone, it could be a laptop, it could be a desktop, or go to a Unisa center and access a computer there. But you must interact with Unisa via these digital platforms. Now, this is what's going to happen. We have something called MyUnisa. It's your Unisa, it's MyUnisa, it's our Unisa. On MyUnisa, this is where it's a student portal. You have to have login details in order to access MyUnisa. And then once you're in MyUnisa, you'll find your study material, communication with the lecturers, and so on and so on. If you are using a cell phone or a tablet, it will look something like this. You just go to Google and you say MyUnisa. If not that, you go to www.myunisa.ac.za. But if you forget, just go to Google MyUnisa or Yahoo MyUnisa, and then you'll find it. On a tablet, it will look something like this. Now, if it's June or April or any other time, and you don't see that person there, and you try to find your MyUnisa, and now suddenly there is Prof. Mahano there, not this particular picture, it's okay. It will change with time because we keep on updating it. So don't get scared and say, MyUnisa is now different, what's going on, Choma? No, it's still okay. We keep on updating it throughout the year. But before you can get to MyUnisa, you have to have your email address. Please, I know you have your Yahoo, webmail, Gmail, and other email addresses. At Unisa, we don't use that one for Unisa official communication. We use MyLife at mylife.unisa.ac.za. So you have to use your MyLife email address. Now, this is important. Try and see and check your emails as often as possible. So I know you're going to go to Facebook to update the status that you are checking in at KFC. Before you do that, go to your MyLife and check your emails. See if your lecturers have sent anything to you officially. Once you've got that information, you can then go to MyUnisa and log in and access study material. This is how we do it. The screen that you are looking at, this is the desktop version. So if you're using a laptop or a computer at Unisa Center, it will look something similar to that. Remember, I said it may not be exactly like that, but something similar to that. The important thing is this. On the side where the red arrow is pointing, it says MyLife email. So that's where you have to click in order to access your emails from Unisa, from your lecturer, and from whoever who's sending something official from Unisa. So you just log in there and you get your emails. At the top of the screen, right at the top on the right-hand side, it says click here, and that one is to log into MyUnisa. So MyLife it's the emails halfway down the screen, and MyUnisa is right at the top of the screen. But if you forget your email, your login details, so you forget your student number or you forget something, right at the top, or you forget your password, it may happen that you forget your password. Please click right at the top there and say, forgot my login details or forgot my password, and then the system will help you recover it. If you get really stranded and now you can't find your login details, or you are logging in with the right details but you are unable to access MyUnisa, please send an email to, it's not on the screen, so pay attention. It's myunisahelp@unisa.ac.za. So myunisahelp@unisa.ac.za. MyUnisa help is one word. So you just send an email to myunisahelp@unisa.ac.za and say, dear, I lost my login details, my student number is XYZ, kindly assist, and then they will help you, okay? Now, once you are there, once you've logged in, or before you log in, there is more information that is important. As pointed with the red arrows on the screen, there you can get information about assignments and stuff like that. Here you get information about results, books, graduation dates, even jobs and scholarships and stuff like that. So keep it, this should be your favorite website going forward, because this is your MyUnisa. And then you will get relevant information as we go along. But if you are using a cell phone or a tablet, it will look like this, and you log in at the top again. So log in always at the top of the screen. You should find it somewhere there. If not, then you browse through the screen and then you're going to find it somewhere. Now, MyUnisa gives you access to the university, but not to the specific module as yet. To get to the specific module that you are doing, you need to log in. And then once you log in, this is what you're going to find. You are inside MyUnisa now, you've logged in. You're going to find a page that looks like this. At the top, it's got all the modules that you are registered for. It must be all the modules that you are registered for. If there is a module that you are registered for, and you know you're registered for it, but it's not appearing on the screen, then you must contact Unisa and explain that there is a module that you're registered for, but it's not appearing. Because otherwise, maybe something serious has gone wrong. So you must contact the university and say, hey, I registered for this one, please make sure it's on my screen. And then, if you click on any of those modules, so there are all the modules that you are registered for, if you click on any particular module, then it's going to take you right into the details of that module. On the left-hand side of the screen, there is a calendar. Now, this is not a calendar for all the modules, it's for this particular one. You'll also find study material, announcements, and so on for that particular module. So you need to log in, get to a module, and then find this information. For example, it says somewhere there, study material, official study material, and there is additional study material. Now, this is what's going to happen. If you have not received your study material via the post, maybe there is a strike, or maybe you received it and then you lost it, don't panic. Click onto that particular module and then click on official study materials, and you will find everything there. Okay? So if you lose your study material or it hasn't arrived yet, don't wait for the post office. Log in there and find your study material and get going with your studies. But lecturers also add additional study materials. So on top of the pack that you receive, there is additional videos, PowerPoint presentations, examples of activities, and so on. Please click in there and find those resources so that you can study and get assisted. Another important thing, there is discussion forum that you have to participate in with other students, so you can discuss maybe an activity or a task or an assignment. Just keep on clicking and then find stuff there. Other than that, there is recent announcements. In my modules, this is one of my favorite resources there, announcements. So, for instance, some of the modules that you are doing do not have a written exam, but they use a portfolio. And the lecturers may want to announce something about the submissions. Maybe a change of submission date, maybe a change in format, or whatever that the lecturer wants to say. The announcement will be there. Okay? So you need to make sure that you are aware of all the announcements that are being posted. Now, this is my principle. Log into MyUnisa at least once a day. If you can't, maybe once every 2 days or once a week, but try and make sure that you are up to date. Because I may post something urgent there, and I expect my students to access that information. And when I see MyUnisa once a week, once a month, and you are relying on your Facebook friends to tell you about what's going on. Remember, Facebook friends are not friends, they're just friends, but they're not friends. Not really friends. So rely on this. Can I just say this? Please do not rely on hearsay concerning your studies. Don't listen to just say, oh, my friend said we're submitting it like this, and then I trust them. Rely on MyUnisa. If it's not there, maybe the lecturer did not say it. If you are confused, contact the lecturer and say, did you actually say this? When are we submitting this? Otherwise, you're going to get lost and confused. Bottom line, in closing, revolutionary closing. Make sure you've got your email address and you know where to find the emails. By the way, the email address is always student number at mylife.unisa.ac. So don't think you have to create an email address. No, it's already there for you. You just have to use it and access it there. Get access to MyUnisa. There is the website. And then visit MyUnisa as often as possible. I keep on saying at least once a day. And then access all your study material. And finally, please ask questions. Phone the lecturer and say, what must we do here? Don't just wait until the end of the year when you're submitting the assignments and then you say, I'll ask then. No. Ask as often as possible. I said yesterday, it's okay for the lecturer to know your name. We're not going to punish you. Call us, say, I called last week, say, and you said this, is it still the case? I called, can I find this? Who can assist me with this? I can't find this book, what else can I do? Just keep in touch with your lecturers as you did when you were interacting with your teachers at school. Prof. Mahano, revolutionary closing, thank you.
Yeah, at least professors have fun. Thank you, Prof. Lindeland-Guni, and we must keep in touch with MyUnisa, with our lecturers, because we use the digital platform. Thank you for the shall we applaud him again for the clarity and the presentation. From the support section, I will call from the assignment section, Mrs. Nancy Songo. She studied through Unisa. During the years when it was still a correspondence university, she got all her degrees at Unisa and no other institution. Currently, she is the manager of TSAA, and I think she's currently acting as the deputy director. Yeah, as the deputy director in the directorate for assignments and administration. Okay. Mesongo, your students are listening. They want to know how they must post the assignments. If they click the resubmit button, what will happen? Come and clarify.
I don't want to find myself next to Prof. Mahano. Because you'll laugh the whole day. Good morning, our fellow colleagues, our acting executive dean, top management in the College of Education, our students who are on the floor, in the auditorium, and our students across the country located in different regions. A very good morning to you all. It has already been indicated that I'm the manager in the Assignments Administration Department, and currently I'm acting in a position, and I'm going to take you through the processes, not actually the processes, but provide you with information on what is expected from you as students within the institution in terms of handling assignments. Okay, I'm not that much into technology. We are actually a directorate.
And our role is to support departments, ensuring the quality, integrity, and reliability of Unisa's assessment practices, reports, and we directly report to the Registrar's Office, which is responsible for students' administration and institutional governance. You'll pardon me, I mentioned it that I'm not technology driven. Okay, the directorate is divided into 3 divisions. That is the assignments administration, which is responsible for the formative assessment, meaning that anything that has got to do with submission of assignments, capturing of marks, handling of non-venue-based examinations. The assignments administration is responsible for that. The directorate is also responsible is also divided into the examinations administration, which is responsible for the summative assessment and the publishing of exam results. And it is also divided into the finance and invigilations department, which is responsible for the invigilators, appointment of invigilators, invigilations as a whole, and the allocation of exam venues. Okay. What guides the directorate? I think we should all know that as a directorate, we are also have to adhere to certain rules and regulations within the directorate. We do have documents that are actually guiding us in terms of how we should handle our assignments, our examinations, our venues. We have the academic calendar, which is the tuition policy, which is actually giving us the due dates of the submission of assignments. We have the tuition policy. We have the assessment policy, which guides us into assessment practices. We have the assessment procedural manual, which is helping us out in terms of implementing the assessment policy. We also have senior decisions that are actually guiding us, especially when we have to make changes. I'm talking about changes with regards to the due dates and the exam dates, like what is happening currently. And these changes, bear in mind that we don't just decide on changes. There are certain circumstances that are pushing us into making these changes, which might be internal challenges or external challenges. We also have the information tutorial letter, which of course, if you go through it, it will give you all the requirements, all the rules and regulations, all the procedures in terms of handling your assignments. Types of assignments. We have the formative assessment, which consists of the multiple choice questions, the hard copies, which is typed or handwritten assignments. We also have online assignments, which is the Sakai, which actually consists of discussion forums, blogs, samingos. We also have the summative assessment, which consists of the portfolios. Remember, a portfolio, some of our students do confuse portfolios. When you submit a portfolio, it will show as an assignment, but at the end of the day, when the final marks are released, they will be released as an exam result. We have the e-portfolios, the take-home exam, timed exam, webinar summative assessments. We have external assessments. We have the oral assessments, which is actually conducted mostly by the academics based on exceptional cases. We have the peer assessments, we have tests, peer assignment reports, and we have the online exam, which is the submission of portfolios. Okay, where can I submit my assignment? We actually prefer the submission to be done on MyUnisa, which is the safest mode of submission, where you get your outcomes immediately when your assignment is marked. We also have the post office submission mode, which for now I actually discourage most of our students to use due to delays that we experience when we have to make follow-ups after the due date. We have different regional offices where you will find boxes outside the doors. I think most of the boxes are located next to the libraries. And we have PEP store as well, where you submit your assignment. When submitting that assignment, please bear in mind that on submission there is a reference number that is provided to you, and that reference number must be used in all correspondences when you have to make a follow-up on your assignment, especially when you don't get your outcomes on time. We have the courier companies as well, which is Skynet, which assists us in terms of collecting assignments across regions. We have the Katlego Courier, which is located into the northern side. And we have UPS, which is meant for our international students. Those are the submission points where we encourage our students to use and to ensure that their assignments are safe. Processing of hard copy assignments and portfolios. That's what I'm going to give you now is just a picture of what is exactly happening. The reason why I'm giving you this picture, it's because once a student, especially when it comes to manual submission, I'm now referring to PEP store, courier companies, post office. Students have this tendency, let me put it like that, of making a follow-up a day after you submit your assignment today at the post office, and you want to call us tomorrow morning and tell us that you submitted your assignment, but you don't get any response from the university. Know that once the assignments are submitted, we deliver all boxes, we are talking about millions of boxes, to one central point where the sorting will be done. And once the sorting is done, the processing and registration of assignments will then take place. That's where now, once the registration has been processed, I'm now talking about the assignment itself. Once the registration has been processed, that's where now you will get a notification via SMS. Please note that if you submitted your assignment manually, we are going to communicate with you via SMS. If you submitted your assignment online, Prof. Lindalani indicated that you need to link yourself to MyUnisa, My Life. The communication will go through your My Life account. So if you submitted via SMS, don't expect anything, any communication to you via your email address. And if you submitted your assignment via MyUnisa, don't expect any SMS to come through to your phone. The turnaround time for the SMSs to go through to students, we normally ensure within the assignment administrations that within 24 hours of receiving, I'm not talking about submitting at the post office, I'm talking about the receiving within 24 hours. We would like to see all the assignments being distributed to the lecturers. So if you submitted via MyUnisa, please don't call us and say you did not get an SMS for confirming the receipt of your assignment within the university. Once the registration is done, all assignments are distributed to the academics, and that's where the marking will take place now. And after the marking has been done, academics will have to submit all the marks through to assignment section. The marks will be captured on the system, and the system will update, and the assignment will be sent back to you. Now bear in mind on that as well again. When you submitted via MyUnisa, Immediately when you get a notification that your assignment has been marked, you can view your marked assignment on MyUnisa. If you submitted your assignment via post, the same procedure is going to be followed. You won't get your outcomes immediately. The marks will be released to you via SMS, but the assignment itself, the original marked assignment, will be sent through to you via post office. That's where you will get your outcomes or the feedback on your assignment. Processing of electronic copies. Assignments submitted on MyUnisa. Academics are responsible for marking on screen, for marking assignments submitted via MyUnisa. We have a program that is actually assisting our academics to mark the assignments, which is the J-Router program. After marking on the J-Router, marks will be updated by the academics and assignments will be sent back immediately to the student. All online modules and signature modules will be handled by the academics and marks are captured on the gradebook. Just to elaborate a little bit on the marking of the assignments and sent back to students. When you submit your assignment, you will get feedback immediately. You will have access to your marked assignment immediately. It will be different with the submission of portfolios. When you submit your portfolio, it will be received in a normal procedure. It will be registered in the normal procedure. It will be marked in the normal procedure, but you won't get your results immediately. Remember, a portfolio is a summative assessment. You won't get your outcomes immediately. Students are calling us after 15 days of marking the portfolios, wanting us to give them the portfolio marks. Once the portfolio is marked, the system will automatically block the portfolio marks. Then we have to go through a process of uploading those marks onto the system and then release those marks as an exam mark. Remember, the year mark also have to kick in from the first assignment and second assignment. We have to calculate all three of them, all three submissions, and come up with a final mark of your portfolio. But the results of that portfolio will then be released with all the other exam results. How do I get admission to the exams? Students are advised to check the requirements in the tutorial letter 101, which you get on after your registration with your study package. Submission of the first assignment or any assignment will qualify you to get into the examinations. Now I'm going to say something on this as well. This is a requirement, it's a criteria, which was actually decided on in one of the policies that I've indicated earlier. In the tuition policy, in the assessment procedural manual. There is no way where you can get into the examinations without meeting one of these criteria according to your tutorial letter 101. So if you have to get into the exams, please, fellow students, make sure you understand what is required from you. If your tutorial letter says you have to submit one assignment, compulsory assignment, for you to get admission into the examinations, do that. Of course, it will further state that after submission of your compulsory assignment, you still have to submit assignment 2 and 3 for you to qualify for a year mark that will be added up with your examination mark in order for you to get a full exam results. Some criteria will say you have to submit 2 assignments or more than 2 assignments for you to qualify for your admission into the exams. Unless due to unforeseen circumstances where the Senate has to make decisions in terms of granting admission to all students who did not meet the criteria due to, unless if there are serious external or internal challenges that are pushing Senate to make those decisions. Other than that, if there is no announcement, students are requested to meet the criteria in order for them to be submitted into the exams. The timetable will then be sent out to you. And it will, remember, we don't print timetables anymore. So you will have to link yourself to your MyLife account in order for you to have access to your timetable. What if my assignment gets lost? We in the assignments administration, or rather let me say Unisa as a whole, we take all the liberty to ensure that assignments that are posted by students, especially manual assignments that are posted manually by students, reach the university safely. But bear in mind that since some of our assignment boxes are out of our responsibility and they're located within different areas, we cannot take responsibility, let me put it like that, for any damages of those assignments. I'm just going to give a practical example through you, Prof. Mahano. We had an incident in one of our regions where when we, as per the sales level agreement with the courier companies, where we had to go and collect assignments within the assignment boxes. And when we arrived there, we found that those assignment boxes, they were weed on, by the days, if I may put it like that. And you can imagine water on top of ink. It was beyond our control. Students were calling us, complaining about that incident. But for the mere fact that it's something, it's a region that is located 500 kilometers away from us, it was so unfortunate that we could advise students whether to resubmit or whatever. But what we had to do is to follow the normal procedure and ensure that the assignments are delivered to the lecturers. And if the lecturers have a problem of marking those assignments, that's where now we will advise students now to resubmit. That's why I say we cannot take responsibility because we don't have access to those boxes. As per the rules of Unisa, you are required to keep a copy of your assignment. And I think it's also stated in your assignment, in your tutorial letter 101, that before you submit your assignment manually, you post your assignment in a Unisa box or at the region, please keep a copy. Remember, we are 1,000 kilometers away from Unisa. Some of our regions are 500 kilometers away from Unisa. We are dependent on courier companies to collect those assignments. What happens in transit, we don't have control over that. So students are advised to keep copies, for in case your assignment does not reach the university, then you can provide a copy as requested by the university. It is the student's responsibility to ensure that your assignment is received by Unisa. If you don't get confirmation upon submission, please contact the university to inquire about your assignment. I'm going to say something on this again. The due date for submission is on the 11th of February, 2019. You are writing your exams in May, June. Your exam date for PRS 1045 is on the 24th of June. You submitted your assignment before the 11th of February. You go and write your exams. You don't communicate with the university. You don't get any SMS, no notification to confirm that your assignment has been received. You go and write your exams. After the results are released, you come back to the university. I did not get my feedback on assignment 1. The results are already released. Then we're going to ask you, what have you done as a student? Immediately when you submitted your assignment, did you make any follow-up? Because in your tutorial letter 101, it still clearly states that within such a period of time, you need to call the university if you don't get any information. Then, in that case, we as the university, if we don't have any communication from you as proof that you made a follow-up with the university upon submission of your assignment, we find it difficult to accept that, yes, indeed, you did submit your assignment. In that case, we normally turn students off. Because you know why? Our students take advantage of our systems. Once your exam results are out, you get a fail. You start blaming the university. That my second assignment was not added up to my year mark, and that's why I got a fail in my exam results. So once you submit your assignments, fellow students, within a week, if you don't get any notification, please contact the university and make a follow-up on the submission of your assignment. How do I get feedback on my assignments? You will receive your marked assignments on My Life. I indicated earlier, you have to link yourself first, create an account with My Life so that you can be communicated whatever feedback that you have, that you get from your academics. Those who submitted their assignments via post office will of course get feedback via SMS. And lecturers will send out feedback also by sending out tutorial letter 201 or 202 to all students. How do students communicate with the university? Mode of communication to students. SMSs from assignments administration will be sent to students when an assignment is submitted, marked, and when a mark is processed on the system. I indicated earlier that if you submitted via post, expect to get your feedback, outcomes, your assignment marks via SMS. And if you submitted your assignments via MyUnisa, expect to be communicated to via your My Life account for anything that has got to do with your assignments. All students who've got access to the resources of communicating with the university electronically can send their queries to assign@unisa.ac.za. Channels of communication for students, especially when handling queries. You can send an SMS to the university. We have a program that is linked to the SMSs, which is the Uniflow, where we will access all queries and respond to students in the same manner, the way you communicated to us. And our turnaround time in that is 48 hours. We try our best to make it 48 hours. We also work closely with the Ombudsman Office to respond to all queries. And of course, we also liaise with academic departments to provide good service to students. The important dates in assignments administration. Nothing is just happening within the department. We are also guided by certain dates especially when we have to mark our assignments. We have due dates of assignments as per tutorial letter 101 in your tutorial letters that we are looking at from our side as a department. And based on those due dates, we have our dates on when we should start with the marking of the MCQs. And examination admission there is also processed. We don't just process admission from nowhere. We have to ensure that all the compulsory assignments are in first. And after that, that's when the program will have to run for all students who meet the requirements to be granted admission. The year mark also, it's not just calculated from nowhere. There is a date that kicks out for the system to start calculating the year mark. So students must know that when you submit, if you submit today, you come tomorrow, and we tell you that unfortunately we can't respond to you today. Know that we are also guided by certain dates to process your assignment. And the processing of non-value-based portfolios as well, we don't just release results to students. I've indicated earlier, we also have a process where academics have to adhere to the submission date of those portfolios in order for the results to be released to the students. On that note, Prof. Makanyu, may I say thank you to all the students as well for giving me the idea.
Thank you, Mrs. Songo. On this note, we are going to request the regions, the teacher centers to ask questions. Let me start with PE. You'll show by a sign of raising your hand if you have a question. And then you can ask from Prof. Sebate, Dr. Muhashwa, Karawoshai, Dr. Vessels, Prof. Guni, and Mrs. Songo. If you noted any concern, can we start with the session of questions? What, Elizabeth? Do you have questions? PE? You are okay, fine. Masaku Kolo? Masaku Kolo? Raise your hand if you have a question. Are you okay? Masaku Kolo? Okay, if you have a question, yes, ask.
No, we don't have questions.
Okay, you are here. Thank you. Kwamashu. 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 Can we see your hand if you have a question? Ukhona umbuzo kwamashu. Ni right?
No question for
No question. Siyabonga kwamashu. Kidiemets. Kharu pe patrona ba gaetsho. Motswete. Kidiemets. Mafike, you can also ask. I think you are now linked with us. Mafike, question? Oh, Kidiemeti, okay. Yes, Kidiemeti, let's hear. Oh, sound. Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Mamilek, can you tell her what to do?
VPT.
Okay, and for BPT 1501, Kigemete, there's a session coming by Miss Muila and Malika, but they'll be giving you the answers. Just stay in the center until they've presented.
Okay.
Okay, you'll ask later after they've given their presentation on BPT 1501. Please don't leave the venue. Fine. Thank you, Kidemete. The next center, Mafike, let's hear. Yes, Mafike, let's hear.
No further questions.
No questions.
Hello. Yes.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Mafike. Zinyati. 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 Questions? I don't think they hear. Okay. Let me see by show of hand. Any center which has a question, in particular assignment submission, the feedback received. Is there any center which has a problem? Let's see by show of hand. Dwayne, are you okay? I wonder if they are able to hear. Ekuruleni, we see a hand. Ekuruleni. Okay. Fine.
Hello.
Hi, Ekuruleni. Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
We're good, thank you. We have a question. So there's an assignment that is due today, but on the portal it is not yet open.
Which module?
Child Development CAD 1501.
Child development. Where's the lecturer? Can you give us the code again so that we email the lecturer to come and respond to you?
CAD 1501.
CAD 1501. Fine.
Yes.
We will email the lecturer to come. Please stay in the venue and then the lecturer will respond to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gurulini. Another center which has a question, let's see a hand. Okay, so you are all okay regarding assignments. Masaku Kolo, are you coming to ask? Okay, so let's continue, colleagues. Stay in the venues because now we are going to have some lecturers who are not here, in particular those who are teaching first year B.Ed. Thank you. We'll now come to the next session, the library session. Thank you, Ma'am Songo. No questions. Today you are the happy lady. Yesterday they bombarded you with questions. Mrs. Strego with the library session. Let's applaud Mama Strego.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and to all the students, welcome once again. We
to be here and be part of this process. There's such a lot of information from the library that we can share with you. We have decided to only focus on two very important aspects today. The one will be how to find your e-reserves, and that is normally listed in your tutorial letter under e-reserves and recommended books. And we find, unfortunately, a lot of questions and complaints from students where they say that they don't know where to go and what to do and how to find their e-reserves. So that is the one thing. The other one is we will explain to you how to find book material in the library. Unfortunately, there are a lot of students that just continue with their studies, do their assignments, and never contact the library or never use the library, and that is a very big concern for us. Because if you only see what we have available in the library, you will never do it in a different way. So let's start with the first one. If you want to access the library, then you merely type in Unisa into Google and you will find the Unisa online screen that looks like this, and in the red circle you'll see right at the top we have circled the library, and you click on that link or that button. Then once you have that, you will find the library's webpage. Now this is the page from where you can find all services, all resources, all the functions that can be performed in the library. So it is important that you know how to navigate this page. Once you have gone through some of the functions that we have here, there are library guides that tell you how to do certain things. You can see it here right on the right-hand side, second button second from the bottom. Please go there if you want to. You can click on education. There's a library guide just for education students, or you can click on the topic. It's how to request books, how to find journal articles, how to do this, how to do that. So a very important place to start if you're not sure how the library works. Anyway, let's continue with finding our e-reserves. Now you're on the library webpage. There circled for you is the button Find e-reserves and recommended books. This is if you have e-reserves in your tutorial letter. If in your tutorial letter there aren't any, then obviously there's no need to come to this function. So once you have clicked on that button, you will get a screen that asks you to put in your module code. If you type it in, just make sure you use the right module code, then you will find a page with the articles or chapters of books that your lecturer has prescribed or recommended to you. And the wonderful thing about this is it is available right here. You don't have to request it, you don't have to email anybody, you don't have to telephone anyone. Here it is right on the screen. So if we take this one, we click on the second one, you will be asked to please authenticate yourself. Remember, this is not accessible for people that are not students of Unisa. You have to be a student of this module to be able to get access to this. So you'll be asked, in my case, you can see I use my normal staff login and login and user code. You will have to put in your student number and your MyUnisa password. Once again, you can see how important it is to get that going and have it functioning. So once I've done that, then the article that I've clicked on opens. And here it is. You can read it on screen, and those buttons on the right-hand side at the top, you can email it to yourself, you can save it, you can print it, whatever you need. We still, unfortunately, have so many students asking the library to send them these articles. It is not necessary. This is the process for you to find them, and it is quick, as you can see, and a few easy steps. Good. Let us move on to the next one, and this is searching for library books. Remember, we've now dealt with how to find my articles or chapters of books that were prescribed or recommended to me. Now, if you want to look for your recommended book, or you want to look for additional material, then this is the way to do it. Searching for library books. We go back to the library webpage once more, and you'll see that we have circled the button that says Search the Catalogue. This is where we are now looking for book material. Something I just want to mention, when you look for e-reserves, please be careful. As you can see, there's a button just above the e-reserves that says Find e-resources. That is something different. So please be careful when you're looking for your e-reserves. Make sure you are clicking on the correct button. All right, when we are looking for book material, we say search the catalog, and then if you have the title of the book that you are looking for, then you can type it in on the next screen. It is automatically, the title is the default, so the screen opens up on that. The second block is your search block, and you will type in the title of the book. Remember, you must be careful when you type it in. If you make a spelling mistake or a typing error, then the results will be 0. It will say that the book doesn't exist or we don't have it in our collection. So please check before you submit that you've actually spelled correctly or typed correctly. If you are not sure of the title, you've got an idea, it's about this or that, but you're not sure of the title, rather than go to the author, the person that wrote the book, and just go on that drop-down menu and click on author, and then in the second block you type in the author's surname and initials. Now our example, we've used Stain GM, which is one of our lecturers. So we've typed in the author search box, we've typed her surname and her initials, and then up comes the books that we have in our collection from this author. If you look down on the screen, there's one that says additional entries. Very often when you look for a book, there is a thing at the bottom that says either additional entries for this author or additional copies of this specific book. Please just click on that so that you can see all of the information. Otherwise, you will be missing some important information. Now, the important thing to do when you search for a book is to check the edition that you are looking for. Make sure it's the right one. Students very often request the wrong edition. Then we post or courier it to them, and once it gets to them 3-4 weeks later, they're still without the material that they require. So when you do this search part, make sure you've got the right title, the right author, the right edition before you actually submit your request. So here is the screen where you now can see the titles, and if you find the title that you are looking for and you've checked the edition and the author, then you can click on that request button. Please do not request the book if you are a student living in Pretoria and you prefer coming to the library, because then you can come to the library and come and fetch the book. We've got a few collections, and I think it is important just to mention the differences between them. Open collection in the Makelnet Library, Pretoria Library, means that you can walk into the library, you can go to the shelf, you can get the book. If it says available, you can take it out and off you go. If it says postal request only, that is exactly what it means. Even if you are living in Pretoria and you're close to the Makelnet Library, you cannot walk in and collect it. You have to request it. You can, however, say, I don't want it posted, I want to collect it from this library or Sunnyside Library or Florida Library, whichever one you prefer. If you are a student that lives outside of Pretoria, you have to request the book anyway. So you will click on the request button, which is listed under each title, and then you get a screen that looks like this. There where we typed in Collect Durban, Courier Durban, is where you can put in any special instruction. If you leave that special instruction box open, we will automatically post it to your address, your registered student address, which then goes to the post office closest to you. If you live close to a Unisa library or regional office where there are courier services, then you can say collect Barrow or collect Durban or collect wherever you are, and then we will courier it. And then you can just confirm with that library a few days later and the book will be there. Of course, when you are done with the book, you can just return it to the same venue and they will courier it back to the main library. just to confirm, if you leave it empty, it will be automatically posted. So make sure that if you have a special request that you do put it in there. Something that we didn't mention yesterday is just below that block, there is a date, not needed by. So say this is for a specific assignment that has to be in on a specific date. You don't want the book after that date. Please put in that date. So that if maybe there's a waiting list for that specific book, it is in high demand, and we post it to you in June and your assignment was due in April, please put in 30 April, not needed after, so that we know that we don't need to post this anymore if it becomes available after that. That helps a lot, so that we don't waste, because the book is then out of circulation for other students, number one, and you have to return it, number two, so that we avoid that situation. Good. The last thing I want to show you is if you have books out on your name, please put in a diary or on your phone or whichever system you use the due dates for those books. Students tend to forget about them and then they incur fines. And fines eventually build up and exam results are blocked and registration is blocked and it causes all kinds of inconveniences. So please remember to extend the loan of your books. And this can be done very easily on the library page. And there is a button called My Library. And if you log into that, you will find your own loan record with all the books that you have out. If you've forgotten when it's due, or you can't see the stamp or whatever it is, or the slip has fallen out, then you can go here and check when those books are due. And you can renew all of your books here. You don't have to return books to the library to be renewed. This unfortunately also happens. You don't have to phone us. You don't have to go to any library. All you do is you come to this part and you go to My Library, you log in, and then you will see your loan record. This is my loan record. So you can see all the books that I have out. You can see when they are due. And you see those two circles. If you want to renew a specific book, you're not yet done with that book, please make sure that you renew it. And then once you've got a new date, the system automatically gives a new date. Please just write it in pencil on the date sheet so that you remember the new date. If we cannot renew it because there is a waiting list for it or it has been recalled, the system will tell you that it has not been renewed. Please don't incur a fine because it's not renewed and then you say, oh, but I did renew it. The system tells you immediately if it is not. Then you have to make a plan to return it to the library, and that is done, like we said before, you can take it to any of our branches. Even if you borrowed it from Durban, you can return it in Polokwane, no problem. We will send it back to the library where it belongs. Post is problematic at the moment, so please take that into consideration. You are allowed to send a third person to your library to return books on your behalf. Please just make sure that they have, that they get a receipt, which you then do for your records to ensure that if there are any problems, you have proof of return. Okay. Those are the two important things that we wanted to mention to you today. I just want to quickly highlight two other things. The training that the library offers are published on our website. You will see there's a training guide. Please check at the regional office close or regional library. What are they offering? Make a booking and please attend. It's normally a short 1 hour and a half, 2 hour training, and it really helps you. Once you move from undergraduate level up to honours and postgraduate level, then you are really a self-sufficient library user. You can find articles for yourself and you can really supplement all of your assignments and things that you are busy with if you have that sort of foundation that we give you. That is found on the library. The other thing is that I would like to recommend or encourage you to do is the library has an app. If you download it on your phone, contact the library that way. You can look at our lip guides. You can look up your e-reserves. So if you have it on your phone, it's very easy to do. I think that's the end of the story. We hope to see all of you in our libraries. Thank you. I just want to quickly mention for our students that are in correctional facilities. Remember, we have got special arrangements to ensure that we get your books to you by courier directly to the facility. If you, for example, do not have access to internet or email, then we will print out your articles and we will send it to you. Usually in the facilities there are correctional officers that contact the library, that come to the library, collect books for you or return books on your behalf. So they are responsible for library matters normally, and they contact the library and we see how we can assist you. We can, even for postgraduate students, we can get international loans, we can do all of the things. So all the services are available to you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Straydom. Shall we applaud Ms. Straydom? Colleagues, I am now going to request Raisibe to read the YouTube questions while all the presenters are still here. Raisibe?
Morning, yes. Prof, thank you. I have, this would be for the assignment section. Just 1 second. Okay, no, this is for BPT. I think the BPT 1501, you said that there will be a presentation, so I think I'll pose those questions later. The question that I wanted to ask here was for Professor Mguni. There is a student here who is experiencing a problem with their MyLife account. Apparently the student is able to receive emails, but is not able to send out emails with the MyLife email address. Do we have maybe a contact? How does the student then proceed in this regard?
When a student experiences a problem with MyLife, there isn't a telephone number, but there is a helpline, MyLife help at unisa.ac.za, and they will then respond to the student's query.
All right, thank you very much. Prof, I think the other questions were posed later because, like I said, they are regarding the module BPT 1501. If anything else does come up after other presentations, I'll just note it to you. Thank you.
Thank you. And then from the floor, we forgot to start with you. Do you have questions that you want to pose to the assignment section library before we move to the next phase? I think everything was clear. Thank you. We are now going to call the B-Ed program coordinator, Dr. Donna Hanaway, who will be addressing us on the B-Ed program. I think she's more in the foundation phase, but maybe she'll give us some snippets on the intermediate and senior FET, just briefly, but she's deeply rooted in the foundation phase B-Ed. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Donna.
Good morning to all students here in Pretoria, those of you at our regional centres and those of you at our teacher offices. It really is a pleasure to be here with all of you today. So I come to you today, as Prof. Makano mentioned, not as a module lecturer within the foundation phase, but instead as the program coordinator. And in 2015, the Department of Higher Education updated and released their new minimum requirements for teacher education qualifications, which led to Unisa redesigning 3 brand new B.Ed programs, which are proudly on offer this year in 2019 to all of you. And it is with great pride that we offer these new programs to you. They have really been thoughtfully and carefully designed, prepared, and presented. As you can see, And as Prof. Mokhano mentioned, I am deeply rooted within the foundation phase, but all of our curriculums are of a similar structure, as you can see in the wheel here. So there are some important principles and elements that went into the design of all the foundation, of all the curricula, and that being that all of them will equip you with certain knowledges to be successful, both academically and professionally as beginner teachers. You will have certain modules that deal with disciplinary knowledge. That is the content of what is needed to teach. So for example, in the foundation phase, the life skills, the maths, the languages, and then in the senior and FET phase, it will be completely different, where you focus on specific language, specific subject combinations. Then you also are equipped with theoretical knowledge, and this really guides you as a student going into becoming a professional, how you think about your teaching, what theories inform and influence the way you approach the children in your class, the subjects you teach, and the way in which you do that. Then we also have pedagogical modules that are your methodologies. So you've been given the content, you've been given the theory, but then how do you actually go and apply these? Okay, so I'm not going to focus on each module per se and go into what each one does and is. I'm rather just giving you a broad overview of everything that is needed for you in the first year. So you will see here in your first level certain modules which are highlighted in green. Then you have some in blue, some in purple, and in a darker blue. The green modules throughout the program are those modules that are general to all the programs. So whether you are foundation phase, intermediate phase, or senior and FET phase, you will take these modules, and they deal with general education issues, things like inclusive education, sociology of education, assessment in education. The modules in the light blue, it's not working, but in the light blue are the modules that are housed within the Department of Early Childhood Education, and these specifically will develop you as a foundation phase teacher. So in this first year that you are registered for, you will have emergent literacy and emergent numeracy. And then you have the purple modules. These are your language modules, and they are offered outside of our college in the Department of Humanities. And these modules are electives, which I'll explain a little bit more about later. And then the dark blue modules at the bottom are your teaching practice modules. Each year of your study, you will do a teaching practice over 5 weeks, and it is very important as what you are learning in theory, what you are learning in the disciplines, culminates in that practice and how you apply those. The most important thing about this table and this structure that is for not only for the foundation phase but for all the phases is that the new BEds are a fixed curriculum, meaning that you cannot register for one module here, another module there to make up 10 modules. It is designed specifically in a certain order that you take 10 modules per year of your study over 4 years. So it makes it very easy for you when registering. Those are your 10 modules that you, those are your 10 modules that you are completing in the first year. The only electives that you have are these purple modules, your languages. And that's what I want to inform you about now, because these decisions on your electives, on the languages, are important ones because they are based on some rules and certain combinations. Okay, so the language options that you choose in your degree are dependent on the language option that is on your matric certificate as your home language. Okay, I'm going to say that again. The language option that you choose throughout your degree is dependent on that language that is on your matric certificate as your home language. So for example, in this illustration, let's say you have English as your home language on your matric certificate. You are required to take English home language in your B.Ed degree. And that is no matter what phase you are in, foundation phase, intermediate phase, or senior phase, the credits of the modules will just differ. So you register for the 3 English modules in the various years of your study. Then you have to choose a first additional language. And here you can choose any of the 9 African languages or Afrikaans. In this example, the student chose Afrikaans, and she will take those 2 first additional language modules. And then you will choose a second additional language or the communicative competence, which you are all doing this year, and that can be, again, any other African language or Afrikaans, and this student chose the African language. I'll explain a little bit through a few more examples so that it makes a bit more sense. So let's say you have one of the Nguni languages as your home language on your matric certificate. For example, Zulu. You will register for Zulu home language in your B.Ed degree, and you will take those modules. So whenever you see the home language option, it will be Zulu in this instance. Then your first additional language has to be English in this case. That policy that I mentioned, the minimum requirements for teacher education qualifications, stipulates that all students must take English. And so if it's not your home language, it has to be your first additional language. So whenever you see first additional language choices, you will register for English in this case. Then you will choose your language of communicative competence, which you've chosen already, and that can be any other African language that does not come from the Nguni group, so Pedi or of the other African languages, or Afrikaans. Okay, and then finally, for those students who have Afrikaans as their home language on their matric certificate, they will register for Afrikaans home language in their B.Ed degree. They will then choose English as their first additional language, like the African language students, and they can choose any African language as their language of communicative competence. Okay, it sounds a little bit confusing, but please refer back to this broadcast to see how it is structured. If you see you haven't made the right decision now, please contact us so that we are able to help you. Because the decision you make in this year, whether you chose English as a first additional language or a home language, and what communicative competence you have registered for, is going to influence your other languages down the line in your degree. And then, I think that's all. I just wanted to mention the methodologies. Like I said, the teaching practice happens each year of your study, and you're getting all this disciplinary knowledge, you're getting all this theoretical knowledge in the languages, but you also need to know how to teach them. So there is a methodology, there are 2 methodology modules that are related to all your languages. It is home language teaching and first edition language teaching, and you will learn those with us in the Department of Early Childhood Education for the B.Ed Foundation phase students, and the other students in the other colleges, you will have the methodology modules also. And then I'm just going to leave you with a quote from Madiba. Education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world, and I really hope that the next 4 years of your study, as you embark on the journey to become a professional, to become a teacher, you are equipped with an arsenal to go out and change the lives of the students you teach, and perhaps even your own life as an inspirational journey that you are on. Thank you.
Thank you. While Dr. Donna is still here, I wonder if there are questions in the room, especially regarding the packaging of your curriculum. because I think these are the challenges that normally come every year. Students say, I thought I'm graduating this year, but I don't see the results on the system, or I'm still short of credits. Can we just pause so that you ask questions? Let's start in the room, and then while the centers, the teacher centers, regional centers, you prepare questions on the packaging of your curriculum.
Yeah.
Any challenge here?
Oh, do you
Okay. Dr. Kari?
Yeah. For which is the first one? We're not today to.
Thank you, Prof. Mahana. Dr. Hanaway, thank you so much for the presentation. It was so good and clear. But I wanted to check, is it compulsory for a student to take 10 modules each year?
So it's not compulsory for a student to register for 10 modules. I actually used the incorrect word. I come from a concept university where I say here, it's actually first level modules. So they can take that first level over a number of years, but they have to complete the first level before moving to the next level.
And then there are certain credits that you need to meet in the first year. And the failure to meet those credits, that is why this year most of the students were getting messages that they are excluded in the program. And then they have to do either a short course or so to meet the 36 credits. So even though you're not taking 10, but there is a minimum, I think it's stipulated in the marriage document. Another question?
If a student is doing grade 12, what is the requirement for him or her to be admitted in the B.Ed level?
Mr. Shaban will be responding to that.
Yeah, thank you, colleague. I think that was going to be taken care of during my presentation. Thank you. Maybe I can add now that I've got a mic.
Yeah.
As a celebrity. Yeah, under these 3 B.Eds that Dr. Donna Hanaway was talking about, the only difference is that when you get to the senior FET, the new ones offers various streams. I think there's about 15 streams. Meaning, when you choose life orientation and languages, your school subject modules are packaged already. When you choose to do the one in social sciences or in social sciences and languages, the languages are there and the history and the geography modules are there already. And then one more thing, with the current B.Ed senior FET, we only had 2 teaching practice modules in the 3rd year or 4th year. With the new one, it's also 4. Meaning that students will do their practicals each year of study. And I think, Doctor, I must also emphasize that the teaching practice is compulsory. Even if you may take less number of modules, colleague, but you must make sure that you register for teaching practice each year. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, there's a question there.
Thank you very much for the chance. So my question is, if ever I made a mistake during my registrations in terms of choosing the languages, home language or first additional language, which office or department should I consult in terms of making sure that my registration is correct?
Okay. Obviously, we all do make mistakes, and there are certain dates that you are given whereby you are able to change your registration, and you will contact DSAR, so that's the registrations department.
Thank you for the presentation.
I just want to check from the college, how are you supporting the students or as a way of checking to ensure that we avoid instances where I'm thinking I'm completing this year only to find that maybe I have missed the practicals, especially for students who are coming from other institutions. I'm aware that last year we had an instance where one student from UP needed assistance as to which modules should I register. And it was such a nightmare up until I contacted Mr. Shabam, who referred me to somebody in the college who was actually not helpful. So I'm wondering from the college perspective, is it not possible that from the students who are registered, especially your BA or video foundation phase program, just from a college perspective, just to check and alert students to say, Ohasu, you are missing out on your practicals and you are noting that you are about to commit. Something like that. I think that will help the students.
I think the marketing and also the student support office, they normally visit the regional offices during open days to alert the students. And then also this exercise started 2017 so that we also engage with our students via video conferencing, because there are those who may not go to the regional centers during open days, but this platform, this is where we want to hear their cries. But always the emails are open for the office of Shabaku, Moloto, Raisiwe, Dihamani to assist the students. Okay, can we check the centers, because this section is essential. If they miss the curriculum, then they're off for the next 4 years. And centers, let's start again with the, Kidiemet, where are you? Your lecturer is here now. Kidiemet, your lecturer has arrived for CAD 1501. Dr. Chagas, can you ask your previous question again? The lecturer is here.
Hello, colleagues.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
My student has left. My student has left, but the question was, she did not receive the memory stick for BPT, not for CAD, it was for BPT.
Okay. I forgot who was the CAD. Thank you, Kidiemet. I think I forgot the center where the student for CAD 1501, but we'll get it. Fine. Can we ask the question regarding the packaging of the curriculum of B.Ed? If there's a center which has a challenge, can we see your hand? Packaging of the B.Ed curriculum. Polugwani, are you okay? Any center? Okay, I think we may pass. Let us call the exam section now. Memorisani, it's your session now. And after Memorisani, we'll have Dr. Madigisela. Then we have a 5-minute comfort break. We come back and continue with a crucial session. Let's applaud Memorisani for the LA.
May I take this opportunity to greet you and welcome you once more again. And allow me to say, all protocol observed. And Prof and your team, really, we thank you. It shows that it can only be love. You know, you can't say that you love someone without offering something. It can only be love that has motivated you and your team to create this kind of platform, so that our students, tomorrow, that these are tomorrow's educators. All the doctors, lawyers, and everybody, professionally, they came from all of you. Thank you. Okay, in the parameters of service delivery, we are the examination, and I'm going to share with you the information that will assist you. Examination, it is divided into three categories, which is pre-examination phase, the actual examination, and the post-exam. So I will start with the pre-examination, which talks to planning. And I think that I will also repeat what I've said yesterday, that the readiness of you as a student to sit for an examination, it begins at registration. It doesn't start when you have been admitted. So if you think that it will start when you have been admitted at the exam, then therefore you will be already late. And what do I mean is that when you choose your module, group your module in a way that it is tabled in the provisional timetable. Check that you are not going to get clashes. What do I mean when I say clashes? The module that is going to be written on the same day and same session. I mean, same time and same day. Those are clashes. You cannot come at the later stage and think that, how am I going to sit for examination for this module because I'm supposed to write it at the same time? Am I going to be allowed extra time? The answer will be no. So therefore, when you plan your studies, check the provisional timetable. And the final timetable will be made available after, let me just say, after 2 weeks, we have run the admission. And again, check the venue. Most of the students, for the sake of finalizing their registration, they will just choose any venue without checking if indeed it's a venue that they're supposed to go and write. And remember, there are other students who will just choose the foreign venues. Once you choose the foreign venue, we are going to bill you a foreign levy. So you see it has a financial implication, which will also affect you. So when you do your planning, check all those things. And furthermore, should it happen that you want to change the venue, there are the dates on the slide for examination that is going to be written in May, June. The cutoff date is 28 February. And for October, November is 31st July. For Jan-Feb 2020 will be 15 October. And I believe that Mama Nancy, when she outlined her presentation, she spoke about should there be any changes which will be done in terms of the due date. It will be communicated to you, student. But for now, take note of the date. And furthermore, students with a disability who require special examination arrangement must apply annually. You cannot apply once and you expect that every year we will know that status quo still remain. So in your application, you need to do it annually. And furthermore, check also the cutoff date, which is the 28th of February for examination that is going to be written in May, June, and 31st July for October, November, and Jan-Feb. And how do you apply? Use the email exams disabled at unisa.ac.za. I will give all these emails at the later stage. And again, a medical certificate specifying the nature of disability must always accompany the application. And I think Dr. Mohaswa and her team, yesterday, you know, they break it nicely, that it's important to disclose. We will only know about your circumstances once you disclose. But I won't touch on it. I believe that there are expertise in terms of this. I see that Dr. Ndwaba also, she's here. They will come and just outline it. But for examination, you need also to apply and adhere to the dates. About examination phases, the actual examination. The rules stipulate clearly that 15 minutes before the commencement of examination, student must be seated. And I believe that the information is also on your timetable. The reason for us to emphasize the 15 minutes is because that 15 minutes, the invigilator, that's where they will start to roll out the rules. So it's important to be at the hall so that you may listen to the rules. Most of our students that they are caught with misconduct is their mobile phone ringing in the exam hall. You cannot use excuse that, but my phone is on vibration. Remember, it will distract somebody else. So be there 15 minutes prior to the commencement of examination and bring along your identity document. When we say proof of identity, we mean identity. Pukana pasa. Bring identity document. If you don't have identity document, unfortunately, you won't be allowed to write examination. And now, can you imagine studying at the distance learning institution? It's not nice because I'm a student myself. Can you imagine the sacrifice that you did? You didn't sleep, and also financially. So at the last hour, then we refuse you to write an examination. You will be forced to, can I say forced? Yeah, if you still want to study further, you are forced to re-register with the full cost. Is that nice? It's not. So now it also qualifies my statement where I'm saying that your readiness of writing examination start at the planning. Know all these things. And to take it further, it's important to familiarize yourself with the venue. Know where the venue, know the alternative road. Because once you are late at the venue, you are not going to be given another opportunity. And I'm emphasizing this because most of our students, some of them, they will travel from KZN, coming at the counter and say, but I was late with 2 minutes. I was late with 2 minutes. You know, my bursary, if I don't write, you know, they're going to evoke my bursary, you know, all those things. And the answer will just say no. And you will think that we are heartless. And really it pains us. Where we are coming from, I know that in terms of Mashangura, in Gauteng, when we talk about Mashangura, I believe that they understand the language. Where we are coming from, money doesn't grow on trees. So can you imagine if you lose an opportunity because of you failing to arrange your things? So if you know the alternative route of the venue, don't leave everything for the last minute. You will always be wanting if you leave everything for the last minute. All right, let us move. And again, this one I must say, to others it might seem that it's a stupid slide where I'm saying student must ensure that she or he is seated at the correct row and has received the correct paper. And I believe that my lectures here, they can attest to it. Somebody will just come and cry that, but the invigilator gave me a wrong paper. How can the invigilator give you a wrong paper? Are you not supposed to be at the venue 15 minutes? Check on the slide. When you arrive at the venue, check on the sitting position. Besides, should it happen accidentally that you are seated maybe in a wrong module that you are not registered to, once you receive your question paper, don't you see the course code? Let me just assume that maybe course code because you are anxious. The content on the course, if it's speaking another foreign language or speaking in tongues, can't you just raise that but this I don't believe that it's the content of the module that I'm registered. But we receive such query. And I believe Mr. Shabo can attest to that. So please, when we plan, let us plan to show that we are educators. Okay, year mark, this one I must also emphasize. Year mark will only be considered for purpose of calculating the final examination summative assessment mark if a student attains a minimum mark of 40% in the summative assessment set for the module. Let me put it this way. Students sometimes, they will attain 38% in an examination. And then because of the general adjustment that the institution will apply, you will attain 40. Then you will hear the student that, but my exam result, it says that I've got 40. So why year mark was not considered? The year mark will only be considered once you attain only 40 in the exam without being adjusted. Once you are adjusted, that means institution has granted you opportunity to write supplementary. And supplementary, you cannot apply for supplementary. You see how generous we are. We are trying to assist you. Okay? Final examination result will be posted to student, and again after the executive dean of respective college has signed the results. And furthermore, know that the examination result will not be supplied telephonically. Will only make it on MyUnisa or not all, and it will be posted to the postal address that you have provided to us. And I must also highlight this, that should it happen that you don't query your results within 3 months after we have published the results, unfortunately we cannot attend to your query. There are students who will just come after 4 years. They've never queried anyway. After 4 years, they are querying their results, but I haven't received my results. For which year? 2012, 2013. And again, your attendant register, without producing attendant register that is signed by the invigilator, also with their personal number, won't attend to your query. So it's important, once we have released your results, check that all the formative assessments were considered and all your, everything regarding your results is in order. Students who applied for a remark and who have been granted a supplementary examination in the module should continue preparing for the examination until the remark result has been finalized. The reason for this is that, remember, the lecture or the academic that marked the script cannot review it. So we'll take the remark to an external moderator, of which it will take 2 months for us to process the result. So if you have attained a supplementary, continue preparing. Should it happen that you pass the module, we will refund you. And the due date also for remark, the examination that was written in January, it's 1st April, and the examination that is going to be written May, June is the 29th July. For October, November is 31st Jan 2020. And the criteria is 35 to 49, 68 to 74. The information that I'm mentioning now, it is on my rules. When you get your study material, before you can check the content, go through my rules. From 15.1 to 31.4, those are rules that governing assessment. So once you familiarize yourself with those rules, you will not always be wanting. You will know your rights as a student. I think I've mentioned this one that you cannot apply for supplementary. And regarding the agrotech, I've mentioned that we have post-exam process. What do I mean when I say post-exam process? As a student, it is your prerogative, once we have published the results, to use this. Either you can, okay, let me go back. Let me rewind myself. Regarding the agrotech, should it happen that you fail to write examination due to illness or due to other circumstances, you need to apply for the agrotech within 10 days. And again, you need to submit a proof that you couldn't sit. And furthermore, students who fail or who are absent from the agrotech, for whatever reason, you will have to re-register the module again. The university cannot grant you a third opportunity. Remember, you will have missed your first opportunity. With an agrotech or deferment, we are regarding it as a second and a final one. So should you fail to write the second one, then therefore you need to register the module with full cost. And this is we call it one of the components of post-exam processes. And where can you apply for the agrotech? It's agrotech at unisa.ac.za. I will also give the email at the end of the slide. And again, due to Access of Information Act, it is your prerogative as a student, when you are not sure about the final summative mark, you can purchase your script and you look where you can improve in future. But you don't have to come to examination and discuss the content Once you have your script, make an appointment with your lecturer and they are available to assist or to guide you. These are the emails that I was talking about. Exams disabled at unisa.ac.za, remarks at unisa.ac.za, purchase script at unisa.ac.za, agrotet at unisa.ac.za, exams at unisa, all other queries related to examination, that's where you can send it to exam, and even venue change, you can send it at exams@unisa.ac.za. Bafowethu, for you to get that maximum or optimal service delivery, know where to send the queries. Go through tutorial letter 101. It will guide you because it won't help you. The query that's supposed to be sent to examination, it will go to registration. They have their own timeline. By the time they send it to exam, now you see already it has lapsed the timeline. Query that's supposed to come to examination, if it will go somewhere to, at least with Baba Shabangu, we know how to communicate and to ensure that queries, we attend to the queries as it comes. I just want to take this opportunity, Unisa student, that you are not alone. We are at your service to assist you. All of the best with your examination. Thank you. Thank you, Mama, for it. We are pressed with time, but I know there are many questions regarding the examination. And because they're still fresh in your mind, I'm going to give the students the opportunity to ask. But let's start with YouTube first. Cecilia Isile.
Hi, Prof. There's no questions at this point for the examination department.
Okay.
Thank you.
And from the house, yes, Dr. Matlale.
Good morning, colleagues. Mine is regarding the F1 possession. I was expecting to hear you mention something about it. I just want to know when exactly are we supposed to release the results as lecturers? Because I found myself in a situation where students are pushing me to give them results because they found a new job or... Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for asking that question. But I don't believe this is remember it's a first year. That is why with FI concession, we don't want to confuse our student. But to answer your question, the due date is the 11th of April. But as soon as the student have submitted the assessment and everything is in order, it must go through the authorization process and bring along the assessment. The reason there is a delay is because of, it can be on the system, it can show that it is authorized, but without a piece of assessment, we will not be able to release the results. So as soon as you are done, bring the assessment at examination, and then we will release as we receive it.
Another question there.
Greetings. My questions are not really based on the exams section. It's about the grouping of the modules. First question is, if I didn't choose my practical, would I be able to choose it in the second semester? And then for year modules, is it possible to register year modules in the second semester?
Firstly, we've got two types of modules in our qualifications. A semester module, which a student can complete in 6 months, and a year module, which a student can only complete in 12 months. So when we refer to a year module, you can only register for a year module in the beginning of the year. Because the academic year, it's January to December. So you cannot start a year module in the middle of the year. It's only a semester. Thank you.
Another question in the back.
I also had a similar question. I had an English module which I had to cancel because they said it is a new module and the lecture has no resources for it, something like that. So I was asking if I could also register for a new module during the second semester.
As long as it's a semester module. And for the same module that was cancelled, I'm sure you should have received your refund for the module. If not, then you can come to me after this. Okay. Yeah, as long as you can replace that module with another semester module, and as long as you will remember that you can only register for a maximum of 5 modules.
I just want to add on to what Mr. Shabangu was saying. If it is the incorrect module where the lecturer does not have the material, it means that it is the wrong module for you at the moment, because all the modules for the first year are ready and good to go for all our students. So please can you just come chat to me, because it might mean that you're perhaps on the wrong NQF level or with the wrong code. Okay.
From the regional centers, do you have questions pertaining to examination? Let me see the hands. By show. Oh, fine. Ekuruleni. Yes, Ekuruleni. Dr. Chagas, I think that is the student. Yes, you can ask.
I just want to know about the practicals that are the supervisors going to go to the school and check up on you during your practical or not?
And Dr. Situisha will address that during teaching practice. Ekuruleni, Dr. Situisha will address that during her presentation. I thought you were going to ask the previous question on CAD 1501. It's off. Okay. Colleagues, for the sake of the biological clock and biological necessities, I think we can just have a 10-minute break, grab a brown bag, but we are not allowed to eat inside, and then let us come back by 12:20, then we complete. 12:20, we are back. Grab the brown bag, it has something inside. Regional centers, let's go for a break of 10 minutes, and then we come back to continue with our business of the day. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to block that.
Okay, what's going on? Where's those guys who helped me? Well, give us actually feedback, but I don't know. Okay, one.
Thank you for attending the meeting. You are the first participant. Please hold.
No, it's fine.
All right, I'll do that. Right. Something's only like great to move.
Ja,
Yeah.
I cannot see you.
It's now in the control room, you can't see us in chat.
Why is yeah. Oh, yeah, so that yeah. Yeah. They're gonna finish Ellis. I'm here on